White House officials came in town on Wednesday. We saw Governor Bill Lee accompanying them on the tour, but we did not see Memphis Mayor Paul Young, Memphis Police Chief C.J. Davis, or Shelby County Sheriff Floyd Bonner present, or Shelby County Mayor Lee Harris for that matter. Now, we're working to get confirmation from the city and county if city leaders and county leaders met with Attorney General Pam Bondi and Secretary of War Hegseth, but from what we covered on the command center tour, Memphis city leaders were not there. The day before the White House officials visited, Tuesday, Mayor Paul Young hosted a town hall to answer the public's questions about the National Guard deployment and the Memphis Safe Task Force in an effort to bring some transparency. He and Memphis Police Chief Davis talked about statistics showing crime is going down in Memphis and that their goal is for the Memphis Safe Task Force to support the crime-fighting efforts local law enforcement is already doing. So here's what Mayor Young had to say on Tuesday.
I just had the first engagement with all the federal agencies yesterday, at least with them on the ground. I think we're still working through how they're going to fold into some of the things that are working within MPD. For me, it would really be talking about their goals for the engagement here and understanding what types of strategies they want to put in place and how they align with the strategies that we have.
So again, that town hall was Tuesday. That was the day before the White House officials visited Wednesday. Representative Steve Cohen, real quick, sent a letter to Hegseth and Bondi as well. This is the letter. It's quite fine font there, but he was expressing his disappointment of not being informed on their visit to Memphis. The first line says he was disappointed that he learned from the media that they would be in town. All right, we spent a lot of time on the first segment, so I'm going to open it now to Scott because you have been an elected leader before. So the absence of elected leaders on that tour, what does that speak to you?
I don't know who their guest list was. Obviously, it wasn't like they selected some elected leaders and did not select others. So whoever organized the event decided who they wanted at the event. In that segment that Paul Young speaking, he's been in meetings, and from what I've seen in the news and on social media, they've been constantly meeting with these officials and discussing what's going to take place. So I don't think that there's any lack of transparency in the elected leaders and of the local elected leaders of the city of Memphis. Now, going to Congress, Steve Cohen didn't say, he said he wasn't aware of it. I haven't heard anything if David Kustoff was made aware of it, and both of them represent this area. So I can't speak to why on the national level they didn't inform or not inform.
Yes, and that's fair because it seemed like it was kind of an impromptu visit too, so who knows. But Otis, I want to ask you too, just the plan, from what you gathered from what Mayor Young was saying about what they hope to be, did it feel to you that they have a grasp on what this is going to look like?
No, it does not. Mayor Young is trying to be diplomatic here. He's trying to put a positive face, putting lipstick on a pig is what he's trying to do here. Trying to project something that he hopes the citizens will not be too upset over. And he's trying to say, well, we just hope that whatever the federal people and this influx of law enforcement will do will be in coordination with what we have already been doing. But there's no guarantee of that. He has not been in the loop as much as I think he should be in the loop. And he should have been told that all you got to do is pick up the phone and call and say, Pam Bondi, Pete Hegseth, and Stephen Miller, and the governor are going to be here. And he says he didn't know about it until he heard about it in the media. Same with the congressman. Again, I don't know whether Kustoff knew or not. But I just think that the mayor is sort of out of the loop here in terms of what this overall plan is, which everybody's really out of the loop of. We don't really know.
So, but you say the mayor that he's trying to put lipstick on a pig to avoid the disgruntled, the backlash from his constituents. But I disagree. I think there are a ton of constituents that he has that probably voted for him who are appreciative of what's taking place.
Well, I said in the first segment that yes, there are a lot of people who agree to this. What I mean about putting lipstick on the pig is the coordination. Right. The pig is the coordination here. Right. And there's no real coordination right now between the mayor's office and really, frankly, the Memphis Police Department, because C.J. Davis thought that the National Guard was still about 2 weeks away. She said the other day. And so that's what I'm talking about when I talk about lipstick on a pig is the coordination here.
But the National Guard is not here yet.
Well, I'm not sure that that's true.
Well, I haven't seen any of
We
it.
saw officers on the ground in a lot of the live shot coverage we had
But
yesterday.
some of those officers, I looked at that same video and at first thought the same thing, but some of those were members of the sheriff department and members of these other agencies dressed in fatigue type uniforms, but I don't think that was the National Guard.
And I think it's a point to note that we still don't really know. Right. Are they here or are they not? It seems like we're hearing different things.
That's the problem.
Point I want to ask you is just the fact that whose duty is it going to be to make sure the public is kept up to date on what is happening?
This is a classic example of who's on first, right? So Pete is real good with WhatsApp, I heard. He uses that to send messages to everybody else. So he could have sent one to the mayor, to the police chief. It's disrespectful. It's, once again, total disregard to come into a city and then to begin to speak with inflamed rhetoric, not use the local leaders there who can bring calm in this situation. It should be the local leadership here coordinating the voice, the plan. The mayor has gone and at least set up a website so people can try to get information. He has no information to give them. He needs to set up a 311 or some kind of hotline, because there will be backlash and responses here from innocent people. And so we need to hear from our leader, but we need to hear him be empowered with real information. And if they refuse to include him on the guest list, Scott, you know, that's poor coordination on their part.
Okay, I do have to put a pause on that right there. When we come back, we're going to hear from what viewers feel about the National Guard deployment and the Memphis Safe Task Force. We'll be right back.